Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Buhari just privatized the refineries. Hey, breaking news. Buhari has finally privatized Nigerians refinery. Guys, I'll bring you back in memory lane history how, Atiku Abubakar contesting for presidency 2019, and he said one of the ways to move Nigeria and to take Nigeria out of her debt was to make sure that the refineries are privatized, that this will ensure and make sure that somebody's looking after it and paying us and all that. And in fact, it was descended upon, he did not allow the words to land out of his mouth before they descended upon him like an angry, when somebody is very angry, not only Nigerians, so Buhari and APC said he's a thief. He wanted to privatize it to his family and friends. He wanted to make sure that they earn all the money. He wanted to make sure that the thing belongs to them. My dear, what is happening now? Reality check. The same very things that he said and Nigerians descended upon him. The same things Buhari has gone back to. All the recommendation and all the words he said is the same template Buhari is using now as of today as we speak. Let's get on to the news and get all the details. Breaking news. Just privatized. Buhari just privatized Nigerian refineries. Certainly, there is no gainsaying the fact that the refineries run by the Nigerian National Petrol Corporation has been in a sorry state for many years, despite so-called turnaround, maintenance, and rehabilitation that globe up billions of taxpayers' money. The country saw the fortune of the refinery take a deserted turn for the worst. The criminal waste of resources on the refinery must stop. Today, over 60 years after the Nigerians started producing, exporting crude oil and gas, all the government-owned refinery located in Port Harcourt, Kaduna, Warri, and sitting allies before they were shut down last year, the refineries were performing below standard due to a year of negligence and mismanagement, leaving the country almost wholly dependent on imported petrol products. No white products, petrol and kerosene was bought in July 2020, and approximately for the past 12 consecutive months, the lack of production is due to the ongoing refurbishment work at the refineries. The NNPC said in its latest monthly reports. Certainly, there will not be an end to the so-called rehabilitation work. The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, recently brought home the message that the federal government has no business running the refineries. If the refinery is left in the hand of the government, it will continue to experience the same problem, he said. It is experiencing now. I do not think that it is the business of the government to run the refineries. It should be in the business of the private sector. You hear that one? Which is why we are trying to focus on assisting the private sector to develop modern refineries, he said on September the 21st. Osibanjo has said it all. Why there are countries such as Saudi Arabia, Russia, whose government has efficiently managed their refineries, successive governments in Nigeria have failed woefully in running of our refinery. The Niger State governor also lamented Kaduna refinery alone can give people jobs. The people will earn their living from it. But Nigeria has not managed this sector at all. Now, if you go to Kaduna refinery, it is like a city of its own. I am talking about activities, but all this investment over time would have responsibly be allowed not to die. It will be a shame if the oil producing country will have to be importing fuel. This is as a result. Various stakeholders have been calling for the privatization of the refinery for years in order to reverse them and revamp up the domestic refining of crude oil. If this has been done 20 years ago, it would have encouraged private investors to build more refineries in the country. 8 years ago, the government of President Olusegun Obasanjo sold 51% stake in Port Harcourt and Kaduna refinery to the Blue Star Oil Service Limited, a conglomerate company's Dangote Group. Do you see how they enrich themselves? Zenith Oil Transport Companies of Nigeria and the Rivers State government, but the sale was cancelled by his successor, the late President Umar Yar'Adua, following his orchestrated public outcry over the deal. In 2012, the National Refinery Specialist Task Force was set up by the administration of President Goodluck Jonathan to advise the government on how best to achieve its self-sufficiency of petrol products in the country within a strong commercial framework in the short time. The task force noted its report that the refineries has been efficiently and safely operated and maintained in the last 15 years. They have not operated as to performance to full capacity. Business are plunging with several plant maintenance and integrity issues, as well as irregular crude and petrol supply. The NAS said changes of its ownership structure and business model of the refineries were necessary in order to turn around its recommendation that the federal government should realign control of the operation and management of the refinery by diverting it a majority of 10% quality to compensate resourceful and experienced refinery private owners. That is simply the way to go. But the recommendation was not implemented. The main Minister of Petroleum, that woman, the thief, Mrs. Alison Maduke, the Bureau of Public Enterprise, and announced in November and December of 2013 the representation of the refineries would be sold, but the president said in January 2014 that the government would not sell the refineries following self-operations opposition, especially from the two major oil units in the country. 8 years after the recommendation, the state of the refinery has become more deplorable. The refineries are merely costing a cent and nothing is happening. They made a total loss of 406 billion, 62 billion in 2017 and 2018, according to their latest audit financial statements. Well, my people, this is what is happening. And right now, President Muhammadu Buhari has gone ahead and has privatized Nigerian refinery. Leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.